Welcome to Twin City Talk. Today we're talking with Josh and Sarah from O'Brien's Deli. Welcome, guys.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Even though I've lived in Winston forever and even near that area, I actually never went to O'Brien's till recently, but I love it now. I'm going to be there all the time.
You've been a big supporter lately. We really appreciate it.
Definitely.
So how did you get into O'Brien's Deli?
Should I start
Yeah,
this
that's
one?
more for you.
All right, well, I'll start and then I'll segue to her because I'll keep you here for, how long is this thing? 3 hours. So how I came in was I was just kind of, so I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, up north.
Go Steelers.
Yeah, there we go Steelers. And so we had, I was navigating through, I moved here in like 2008 and I was just kind of navigating. I did some things in my background. So, come across a friend that had just purchased O'Brien's Deli from the original owner. Shout out Jimmy O'Brien.
Who sold me my shower, by the way.
Jimmy O'Brien. Yeah, without Jimmy, we're not here. This is great. So he bought it from Jimmy, but he wasn't an on-site owner. He was more of just kind of like behind the scenes, whatever, the money guy. So he had asked me if I would be interested in just helping him run it, kind of maybe part handshake, own it, sweat equity type thing. And sounded good. Had no clue it was going to turn into this. But at the time, I just took it on and like it was my own. You know, it was like kind of like it just gave me a platform. I like productions. I like, I was in some drama stuff in high school, and I like, a lot of movies and just productions and things of that. So that's my production. That's the platform. Lights, camera, action.
Yep.
And
he loves to talk to everybody. So it's a perfect fit for him.
And it was wonderful. So I've learned so much, but that was the opportunity. And that was me solo. So 2013 to 2018, it was just me really navigating, networking, getting to know people, all of these things. That was kind of just where it started. And 2018 until now is when Sarah Carter came into play. We're 50-50 owners. We're partners from the start. That was the agreement. I don't know how much she wanted to. I didn't give her too much of an option on it. I was like, hey, we're doing this, and the guy that's really trying to navigate this he's like family, and he was that was what he said. And I said, hey, we got to follow what he's saying, and we're gonna be 50-50 partners on this. And she was like, sure.
Both go down together.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what she said. Well, I guess we're both going down together. That's kind of the story behind it. The whole idea was already kind of there with Jimmy. Like, he was the personality. Like, I think you knew Jimmy, the O'Briens before me. I think.
No, I've only known Jimmy. Like I said, he sold me my shower. Because I said something about O'Brien's one time. He says, I that was mine, and I sold it. And I'm like, I did not know that. Hey, yeah. I will say that I missed the one that was on 4th Street because
we hear that a lot.
I'm downtown, obviously, and it was easy to go in there and grab stuff. And
that was a tough thing. I'm glad I got to go through that though, in a sense of just kind of everything that transpired and how that went. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I don't know why. I think it's her. I keep wanting to navigate toward that area.
It's her security blanket.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. So, that's a whole nother segue down another path. That we closed in 2017, closed in 18. That was what led us to being able to take over as proprietors, and just us. Nobody else. Nobody making the decisions. And it was all on us. I had to learn the business. She was still working. You were still downtown for the first couple years that we owned it.
Yeah.
Just having babies and working full
Getting
time,
married, yeah.
getting married, buying
like
a house,
yeah.
redoing the house.
We bought a house, had our first kid, got married, bought a business all within like a year or two.
Oh,
so
fun.
it's a lot to take on, but you know.
It's not boring.
No, it's not at all.
No, that was how we hit it off, though. We hit the ground running like
Yeah.
that. That was just the way it was. It was perfect. So not easy, but
Yeah.
but definitely our own sense of perfect for sure.
What's been the funnest part of owning O'Brien's?
We're people. We love to talk to people. That's our biggest thing. We go in there. Josh knows every single person that walks through the door. I mean, not even joking. He knows who they are, what they do, what they eat, and he hadn't seen them in a year and a half. And it's like some superpower that you have. And everybody says the same thing. And they're like, yeah, I walked in and he knew my name. And I'm like, it's just some weird superpower. Like, he just knows everybody. We love it. I mean, we love seeing people. I grew up in the restaurant business. My family owns a restaurant, so I feel like that's just like my calling.
Shout out Lexington Barbecue, Lexington, the Honey Monk.
Yep. So,
Iconic.
So is that where you're from, Lexington?
yeah, so I'm from Lexington originally, went to North Davidson, and met him somehow, and we just hit it off, and now we're right back in the restaurant business.
We
so.
just had someone on that coaches and teaches at North Davidson.
Nice, yeah. It's a good community to grow up in.
I definitely pulled you back into the restaurant.
You did.
She tried to get out, working at the law firm and all that. And I said, when we signed the deal, I said, the plan is eventually for you to, find some sort of way back into this. And took some time, had some kids, and then in the last year, her involvement has been absolutely, I mean, we probably wouldn't even be doing this right now without her involvement. I mean, I was just kind of the sideshow. I mean, really, like, you just come in, I'd make your sandwiches, I'd take your order, I'd maybe I'd this, that, maybe yell at some people, maybe say hey to some people, shake hands, kiss babies, and do all that. But no, like, the growth of the company, the revenue, everything didn't take off until February of 2020 after Banks.
Yeah.
2023. So Banks was December 2023 is when and then a couple months, and she just started to gradually navigate.
Dove right in.
Social media.
I love the social. You do great stuff on
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, she had done that, and then that brought the whole. So they say this. I don't believe. They say there's like a cult following with O'Brien's. I don't believe too much in that. I'm more in like the field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. This is a production, but people do call it a cult. I don't like that, but whatever. I'm not going to argue that. She brought all of them together. So it's like, while I was building the field of dreams, she was like who's a Bob Euchre or the Harry Carey, just announcing everything, bringing everybody in, and just kept everybody there, and did that really through social media, and even without having the background, like a professional background in that. No professional, and I'm not slighting, but like graphic design, any of these, like, she just literally would like buy things, go home and figure it out. And there was just things that I didn't. She was making T-shirts, she was making stickers, she was making keychains, magnets. Like, I mean, you name it. I mean, she was just really putting herself and her talents out there. And it just, one day, it just clicked. It just clicked.
Thanks.
You do great. You both do.
Thank you. I feel like if you're a husband and wife in a business, if you're not both fully on board, it's gonna be hard. A lot harder than it should be.
So speaking of that cult following, it's funny that you say that. So there's I'm sure Tim knows about it, you guys might, but there's a Facebook group. I don't even remember the name of it, but it's like a Winston-Salem foodie group.
Winston Eats.
And if someone like lots of times you'll see if someone comments something good or bad on business, usually people go back and forth, but like, I could be wrong, but the ones I've seen of O'Brien's, like, it's always positive. Like, I never hear people saying bad things, which is kind of rare in that group because a lot of people like to be annoying.
We say a lot of times, like, you've got your health inspectors, you've got Winston-Salem Eats will make or break a restaurant in Winston-Salem.
It does have that power.
I mean, they are very powerful.
Undeservedly so.
Yes. But
I try not to go on. I will go on there to see what someone's saying about my friends, and my friends being, because I am the man who ate the town, right? So I am the food guy. I do not comment on there because because. But if I see something, then I might say to my friends who are the restaurateurs and executive chefs and whatever, just so you know, this is being said, so be prepared. But those people are ridiculous. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
Good intention, bad intention. That page is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't
I'm gonna
comment
say
on
it.
there either because I'm just get too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get too heated. Some of this stuff is just.
Yeah.
We really have to pick and choose, especially Josh. He wants to just, if somebody is attacking us, he just wants to set them straight. And I'm like, you can't, if you're a restaurant owner, like you
I take it real
cannot.
It's
do
hard
it.
not to.
It is.
That's
it's
my
hard.
first. I always say that's my first baby.
Yeah.
Harvey was 2 and Banks is 3, but Brian's was always my first baby, and I've always, she'll tell you, I've always treated that place like it's just like my baby. So it's easy to get real personal. Getting on to I agree. It goes. I know we've talked about that, man. It goes down some places where it's like, hey, look. At the end of the day, like this is supposed to be a page to be helping these businesses, recognition, and then move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be, hey, where's the best burger? Where's the best this? And it's the same. It's like a repetition of sometimes of nonsense. But now that being said, there's two. You flip the coin and look at everything. Look, it's also a platform. And it's a platform that has to be acknowledged, and it's a platform that has to be taken seriously. And we're no longer in the age where you can ignore that platform, right? So our goal, once we started to see the recognition that we were getting, because like I said, I had taken, it was about all of 10 years, a decade of building this thing, getting to know everybody, and that wasn't the intention. It just happened. Like, I like going to work every day. I like going to make sandwiches. I like being able to talk to people, hire cool people, learn things. I got to work with an executive chef for like 2.5 years, and I learned like so much in those 2 years. It was just amazing. So these are all the things that just kind of led to that. So now, once the opportunity was there to present it out to the public, Facebook, social media, Instagram, Google, right? All of these platforms. And she said make or break, which I don't agree. It shouldn't be like that. You should have to go in, make your own experience, make your own assessment, word of mouth.
Well, that's what my main thing was when I still am active, but I was more active at the time. Everything that I put on my blog or on my podcast or any of those things about the restaurants in this town, my job is to build up the food community, not tear it down. I've actually had people tell me their job was to tear it down or weed out I'm like, so you just, small business owners don't mean anything to you.
Based on one opinion.
Yeah. So, but my thing also was, these are my experiences. And if I didn't enjoy something, if I don't enjoy something, I would have talked to you before I posted anything about it, because that's, again, I'm not a restaurateur. I am not in the food business, but I am in the food business. And my food business is keeping businesses in business.
Yeah.
And, so I would have told you if there was a problem that I didn't like before I blasted you, before I mentioned it, before anything was said.
That's not to cut you off there. That's I have so much respect for that approach. I got, and just even in the last 3 months, 4 or 5 phone calls. Not even like friends that I engage with on the daily or have to the house, just people that I've gotten to know over the years, people that live right down the street on Country Club. Hey, just wanted to let you know, I'll just throw it out. French dip, there's a little mold on the bread. Hey, that was buddy James. Thanks for letting me know. Cool, we're going to look at it. Now, guess what happened? We saw there was a little error in our process, was causing some things to happen, and we caught it right ahead of time, right before anything was about to happen, caught that.
Yeah.
Got every so without that call, who knows?
Well, the thing is most people who are on there, I won't say most people, the bad actors that are on that page,
well said,
are people who just want to see their name on there. They want to stir some junk, or they don't have a clue what they're talking about and fancy themselves a food blogger. I don't use that term anymore. I used to. I don't use food blogger.
Well, it's just gotten used so loosely.
I am a food journalist because that's what I do. I like to document things that are positive and whatever. People say, well, everything, you just like kissing their behinds. I'm like, I'm not kissing behinds because they don't know that I have already gone to you and said, look, man, this, there's a little mold on the bread.
Yeah.
I wasn't the one who said that.
No.
But so it's not all butterflies and roses. I mean, I will always say, I would have preferred to see this or had this, or I should have asked for it without blah. So not blah,
Almost
meaning,
putting
Yeah.
the pointing one finger, 3 pointing back at you.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah.
of like, hey, this is maybe what I could have done, or maybe
Right.
I had an
So
expectation.
the point of all this is it was my experience.
That's right.
Go try it yourself.
That's right.
And see how you were. And tell me how it was. Don't go blasting crap all over everything. Tell me what it was. And let's have a conversation about it. Could be that, hey, let's go talk to them and see how we can fix this.
Yeah, because we do take them seriously.
Yeah.
People make suggestions.
Oh, yeah.
We're taking it to each other.
day
Like,
one.
what can we do to change our process? What can we incorporate? The pickle sandwich came from Winston-Salem Eats, and it has been a huge hit. So
help put us on the map too. Yeah, you
we
have
listen to
yeah.
people.
Have
Yeah.
to engage with your audience for keeping it in the the production scene.
Yeah.
Have to engage with the audience. And we've had that since day one. 2018, old ownership, nothing against them, but they refused to switch from styrofoam to plastic, to recycled plastic, based on styrofoam was cheaper. And we went on 2018. We said, hey, we're taking over. What would y'all like to see? Styrofoam. I mean, like, it was.
Yeah.
And right then, that was our first experience in saying, hey, we need to do this more often. Anytime we want to do something, And so using that in that way is it can be innovative. There's growth. There's so many different avenues and channels you can go down with engaging in that positive manner. But it's like you said, that's not where people go.
Yeah.
To do that.
Have constructive discourse. Don't go out to tear somebody down.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Hey,
That's
it makes
right.
you look like an ass. And that's not cussing. That's in the Bible. But, don't be that.
That's right.
Be helpful to your community. Think to yourself when you go to post these things, and I'm not talking to you guys, I'm talking to the general public. When you go to post these things, post with the idea that this is not going to help them at all. Maybe I should call them or send them an email or just go by there and say, hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
Instead of, well, look what I'm going to do. The service was awful. The sandwich was awful. The food was bad. The atmosphere, they had the music on too loud. Blah, 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 blah. Just shut up.
Yeah.
Go be constructive, not destructive. And pardon me, Suzy, but don't be a dick.
There
Okay,
you go.
I'm going to move
I
my
agree.
soapbox back over here.
All right, so let's see. Let's move on from that.
Yeah, by the way, shout out to everybody on Winston-Salem Eats. That has really helped us. We do want
That's
to.
positive.
Yeah,
That's
it is
what it can be,
positive, and
yeah.
it does give people a platform. I will say this: use that, business owners. Use that platform. Use that. I mean, hey, man, if somebody says something, reach out to that person. We've always taken the initiative, and now it's even to the point where we even have on our tables. Hey, take those little, what are they called? QR
codes.
There
Yeah.
we go. That, take a picture and leave a review right from there. That's how much we want to know. But we're also confident that we're offering 5-star experiences because now the standard has been set for what people expect out of us.
Yeah.
Not only as business owners, but from a staff, right? From a quality of product and the consistency of those two dynamics right there. But it all starts at the top. And that's in any company in business. You can go as far up to whatever, an NFL football team as low down as O'Brien's Deli. So
All right, so now that you guys are both Winston-Salem residents and you can claim the city, what's your favorite thing what do you love about Winston?
Ooh, I love that it's a small, big town. That's my favorite thing.
We hear that a lot.
The kids, our biggest thing lately is going down the city area. We'll grab burgers at Barcelona, and then we just let the kids scooter around, and seeing the families that just let their kids be free and like have that experience of being in the city and like testing those boundaries, but it's still being a community of watching the kids. That's one of my favorite things. I love seeing it.
Yeah, I need to bring my girls there. Haven't yet.
It is.
I keep thinking about it.
It's
but
like a
it's
skate park, so be careful. But it's a really
Yeah, you
fun
got to keep
time.
your head on a swivel.
Parents get to hang out,
Yeah.
have a beer, eat some ice cream.
Yeah.
Kids have the
And
best
it's right by
time.
Bailey Park, so which is
Yes.
also a good area to run around.
Yeah, we love to see the growth too. I mean, when I started working down here in 2012, things have changed so much since that time. It's been awesome to see. When we were coming, big downtown, 4th Street was the main area to hang out. Now Bailey Park is just taken over, and it's been really cool.
So what about you, Josh? What do you love about?
Man, I was going to say that. So, and let me just kind of.
Ditto is an answer.
Yeah. Ditto. No, really, I can take it. So to prove that I was going to say that, my like first memory of just like. So we went there to the Incendiary Barcelona Burger and just to kind of see everything. And I think at the time we just had Harvey maybe the first time we went there, and we just went to check it out. And I think he was even still in the stroller or something. And there was some chalk, and I remember Sarah put something with O'Brien.
Eat at O'Brien's.
Eat at O'Brien's Deli or like something. And we had like 3 different people just kind of come up to us and say something. And like right at that point, like that was like. It almost felt like that was the beginning of our partnership, really. It was like, okay, like, this is now family. This is like, here we are. This is what we're doing. Winston-Salem, so I'm from Pittsburgh, and my family lives in State College, Penn State. So there's a certain element of Winston that it's smaller than Pittsburgh. It's about the size of State College. It's bigger than State College. Yeah. But it's in the South. And for whatever reason, I really not that I don't coexist up, and I coexist with anybody. That's always been my personality. But for whatever the reason, the South is somewhere, here in Winston in particular, somewhere where I've just been able to really be myself and just like coexist. And it's been such a nice welcoming city as well. And I've been to all the cities in I've traveled a lot. So, I've been to a lot of cities, a lot of bigger cities, and even a lot of cities in North Carolina. And yeah, I think this is where like we want to stay for like a long time. So yeah, I love just everything about Winston-Salem. I really do. I love the arts district of it. I love, just all of the development that they're doing. So it just seems to really be coming together. And like she said, from 2012, last 10, 15 years, lots of development and growth.
You get the culture and the hospitality down here, which is a good blend,
So what's in store for the future of O'Brien's? Anything good, new coming?
Oh, it's always on the drawing board, but eventually we would like to probably expand our current location. We love it. We love being small and then like being exclusive and people having to like, I know it sounds bad, like fight for the parking spots, fight for the table to sit in there because people love it. But we've outgrown it. Our catering's through the roof. We need more space to do that. So hopefully getting a new spot for that location, not far. We want to stay in that neighborhood. And then maybe a second location down the road.
Maybe downtown. So
Yeah, I'm
Tim
about to
can
say,
help.
please, at least, please look this direction.
We might. We've got a couple of locations we've, kind of had in the back of our head. But apparently there's been a lot of new delis. I think there's like 2 or 3 new delis
new
that
sandwich
have
shops.
just opened in
sandwich
Winston.
shops.
Yeah.
I think one of them's like a vegan place as well.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Mike's will be right over here, right
Yeah.
across the street.
Yeah.
That won't open until later this month.
Is
You have
that the vegan one?
Yeah.
Mike's
Toasted
vegan.
just
and
opened.
toasted.
Yeah, the
Chrissy's
old
was-
Murray's, right? Is that the old wasn't it?
It's
something?
The
over-
Murphy's
Murphy's.
is what is Mike's vegan.
Oh,
this
okay. Oh,
was
okay.
Liberty Street Arts
Yeah.
Cafe.
Matt Hines' friend.
That's
that
what
met.
it is. That's
Yeah,
right.
Chrissy's
That's right. Yeah,
one.
right there.
Yes.
That's right.
And
yes,
then I
yes,
didn't
the
realize
old
that
organics place.
deli just opened at Diamondback downtown. I think
Yep,
I
yep,
saw
yep. There
that
is, yeah,
another
right.
one just opened.
Yeah,
So
we do a lot of catering there at Atrium, and they had we had seen that they actually approached it, not Atrium, but whoever they had actually approached us about that place.
The Gregs.
And so we, or I don't know if it was them directly. It was a friend of mine that had said, hey, something about Diamondback, you may want to throw your name in the hat type thing. Mm-hmm. We threw it around, but we just weren't in a position. Look, as much as I would love to come downtown,
it's expensive.
It's not even that. It's O'Brien's Deli.
We want to be like a neighborhood deli.
It's different. It's different. And it's more of a destinational type place. That's why the parking at O'Brien's and the space at the current location, it's just a little bit small for what we want to be. And we don't want to be huge, but we just want to be a neighborhood style deli that is almost like a destinational place. Like we have people that drive a long distance to come to our place. People that I've known for 12 plus years now. And I might see them only once a year because they live in Salisbury or they live just outside of Charlotte or they used to live down the street and then they moved, but they still drive up once. You know what I mean? So we have something special there where there's a novelty. And due to the efforts made by us and this leadership and the staff involved, that atmosphere, there can be some growth within that atmosphere, okay? So really what we would be looking at doing is having a place, if we were to have a bigger place, right on Country Club, close to the new place. We love being in that area code 27104. We love that. But hey, we're a drive away. You know what I mean? And we want to have a place where there's enough parking. We don't want you driving up there. Oh, am I going to get a parking space? Oh, am I going to get a seat? So that dynamic takes out that novelty element. Yeah, the sandwiches are great. Yeah, they're great. You know, whatever. But there are some elements to it that I feel we could bring to the table that wouldn't necessarily mean bringing us to downtown. I do think downtown has a solid food scene going. I think they're going to continue to find that niche in that and what they're trying to be and what they're trying to do. Unfortunately, O'Brien's Deli, it was just we would rather nurture what we have rather than
that's a smart idea.
Oh yeah, that makes total sense.
And she brought up the catering, and we're really we're working with Reynolds High School now. We're partnering with them. We're going to be doing some local sponsorship. So yeah, we're really trying to get our name out there, not in a sense of a return, just to let people know, like, hey, this is who we are. This is how we're doing it, and
we just like to be part of the community, honestly.
Yeah. So speaking of getting your name out there, how can people find out about O'Brien's?
Oh, so all over the place, I feel like at this point. So huge on Yelp. We just had the Yelp Elite event a couple months ago. So we were huge on Yelp. Google is our biggest known. Of course, we have a website, www.o'briensdelinc.com. Facebook and Instagram, those are our two, just O'Brien's Deli. And I would say just word of mouth. That's our biggest.
Word of mouth. That's always been it. I did it, but that was a word of mouth place. I never did any type of advertising. I never did stuff like this. I was always working at this time. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, that's the word of the mouth is the main thing. Like we want you, it's like Cheers, man. It's like the same Cheers element. Like we want you coming in, and I don't mind getting to know you or, you know, whatever. Now, the staff, on the other hand,
they have to push us out of the way because we want to talk to everybody. Yeah. They're like, so we're trying to work.
Where's your physical address so people know?
Yep. So 4001 Country Club Road, Winston-Salem 27104. We are right on the corner of Country Club and Gordon Drive.
Next to the ABC store. A lot of people know that.
It is. Unfortunately,
come order a Reuben, go get a bottle, come back, get the Reuben. It's still hot, and have a good night. You know, you're good. So a lot of people, no, that's actually a very routine thing people do after work. So
makes sense.
Real quick, and I know I'm going a little out of order. I don't know how much more time we have. You had asked about some of the newer things that we're doing. To get it off of the expansion part of it, I don't really want to go down that alley too much, but that is like atop what we're talking about. Some things that you can expect as a consumer, in-house, online ordering. We're going to start bringing in Grubhub. I've already signed up with Grubhub, so we want to go ahead and be able to bring the food to you as a consumer. So downtown, hey, if you've been wanting O'Brien's Deli, look, I'm going to, and anybody that knows me, it's been taking a long time because I'm a perfectionist and I want this thing to be perfect. And I want to be able to bring the O'Brien's Deli brand to other places without you having to deal with the small parking and the little, which we love, by the way, but all of that. So that's some new stuff. We also just, my wife, we just dropped a catering menu.
Yeah.
That's huge. So we're looking at ways to broadcast that menu now.
We're on Easy Cater.
Oh yeah, we're on Easy Cater. So anybody, you had any type of event, even if it's like I'm doing something for a buddy of mine, he's got like 8 to 10 people. Yeah, throwing a little slider tray together for him and his kids. Or if you need a big corporate event, we did Reynolds Tobacco.
Like 1,500 box lunches.
1,500 box lunches.
We had to shut down for the day, but it was great. We knocked it out of the park.
So yeah, we are really finding our way while we're doing this. Shout out Matt Fox and his crew at Boar's Head.
Yeah.
Without the Boar's Head brand, O'Brien's Deli is, we really are trying to partner with them because they have such a high standard and a very similar mindset when you're talking about just overall standard. Production and just meeting expectations. So yeah, it takes a team. I could go on for days with everything along those lines, but those are some of the things to expect as a consumer. We're going to try to bring some of this whole what she's brought in as far as social media and as far as like the the internet and everything. We really want to bring it full circle with online ordering and really trying to get the product to you and making it even easier, even faster, more accessible.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. And everyone, please head to O'Brien's. Do yourself a favor. Try the Reuben.
Home of the Reuben. Come see us. Yeah, 4001 Country Club. Come check us out.
And thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
This is Twin City Talk. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you. The views and opinions portrayed by guests on this podcast are not necessarily those of the distributors and hosting companies. And if you love this podcast, that's great, but don't think about stealing it. Reach out to us and talk about the content because it is copyrighted.